in China we have those expressway in 1988. That's the first expressway in the mainland. So after 20 years, now by the end of 2015, we have totally 125 kilometers of expressway. So you can see within this about more than 20 years, the change of the traffic, change of expressway is fantastic. Now the total mileage is just less than the United States. It's ranked in second. We have almost a 10% increase, gross increase every year for the expressway. You can see as per end of 2014, we have 110, because the unit is 10,000. But in China also is not equal or developed. In the east region of China, the infrastructure are much better than the western region. We have three, normally we call the three, we have divided into three regions: eastern region, western region, and the central region. Eastern region is located along the coastal areas, provinces, and people somehow are rich with the western region, because western region mostly is in the mountainous areas. So, in addition to achieving sustainable development through the dual expressway construction, the listed expressway company now can adopt a multi-variety investment to an extended life cycle. At the same time, the listed company also gives the reason of the multi-variety investment. There are expressway operation as a lifestyle. If the expressway operation cannot be sustainable, if it can be continuously operated through the acquisition and new road construction. However, under the condition of gradually scarce, high-quality highway properties and high investment costs, the profit, profit nowadays is decreased. So for our company, such kind of company dealing with the highway construction, it's quite necessary to change the operating structure from the single main business to avoid the single industrial risk and the smooth periodicity. So we have the multi-variety investment. Actually, it is a touchstone to explore the future development direction and explore the dual profit growth point. For the construction company, now it's different from the most other industries because its business performance is restrained by the business simplification and the road period. In China, we have more modalities of BOT, PT, the period, total period, normally is between 20 and 30 years. From the perspective of the industry, the performance of the industry is short of explosive growth activities. The unique advantage of the expressway company, like SRBG, is abundant operating cash flow with the condition for developing diversified projects in addition to many things. Today, at present, the toll road industry is suffering from the decline profit and limited life cycle. Many listed companies, stock listed companies in this industry has been, or some are actively to explore other industry or equity investment. There's a number of companies. Considering the level of economic development, the geographic location and development of the ethnic areas in China, the 31 provinces and municipalities can be divided, as I mentioned, as Eastern region, Central region, and Western region. There are some figures we can see. In the future, in the Western region, there are a lot of chances for the construction company. There are some other informations regarding to the industry, infrastructure industry in China. So I would like to give you a brief regarding to the modalities we have in China. Previously, all those infrastructures, the roads, even the hydropower stations, previously mostly were funded by the government. Now we have the new models, of course, in the era that was started a long time. We have the PPP, we have BT and BOT. The models, PPP means the public-private partnership. For this model refers to the cooperation between the government and the private organization in the construction of urban infrastructure projects, or a cooperative relationship formed between the government and the private organizations to provide some public goods and services on the basis of concession agreement. Possibly, SRBG, we are going to have such kind of projects, chance in Montenegro. We might have a chance in some area. Yesterday we have discussions with the local companies and the local government in Montenegro, in your country. On the basis of concessions, as I mentioned, concession agreement, define the rights and opportunities of the both parties by signing a kind of contract to ensure the smooth completion of the cooperation and ultimately enable both parties to achieve more favorable results compared with the expected separate action. Public-private partnership with the feature of government participation in the whole operating process has been widely forecast at home and abroad. The PPP model transfers some government responsibilities to the social subject, social enterprises by means of operating concessions. The government and the social companies subject establishes a community relationship of benefit sharing, risk sharing, and full cooperation, lightening the financial burden of the government and reducing the investment risk of the social subject, the social company. So this is the kind of benefit sharing, risk sharing. And BT, this actually is a type of PPP, means building and transfer. This model refers to financing model that government uses long government funds to construct the long operating infrastructure projects. The investor of the project is responsible for the investment and the financing for the specific implementation of investment, construction, and management of the field. After this project is completed and accepted by the government organization, the assets will be delivered to the government. The government pays the investor in installments or with the land according to the purchase agreement. The investor ensures the quality of the project during the warranty period. Okay, we have another type, BOT. This is very popular now. We have, for our company, we have, as I've mentioned, about 15 expressways in the mode of BOT. Means build, operate, and transfer. The government grants the private enterprises, including now. Previously in China, only the domestic companies are allowed. But today, the foreign companies also are invited. The franchise within a certain period of time through the agreement to permit the company to finance for the construction and operate the specific public infrastructures. Allowed to charge a fee from the user or sell the product to pay off the loan, recover the investment and make the profit. At the end of franchise period, the infrastructure, either road and bridge or tunnel, will be transferred to the government for free. Of course, after 30 or 20 years. Just sorry. Okay, these are some projects under construction. This is the bridge project, which is undergoing as of today. Our engineers are still working during this winter time. This is called Halogan Cross Bridge. It's located in Larvik, in the northern part of Norway. And this bridge, the main span is 1,145 meters. This whole bridge was divided into two contracts. Concrete works was done by the Norwegian company, which is called NCC. And for the steel works, the superstructures, like the cables, the girders. This is the image after the completion. This bridge, and this picture is as per today on site. This is the platform and this pad on the top of this place. And now my people there, they are working on the erection of the cables, which will consist of these two cables. The diameter of this cable after completion will be 1.5 meters in diameter. And this road, this bridge is also a very challenging for us, because this bridge actually is the span actually is long. It's the third, as I know, is the third longest bridge in Norway. The problem is that during the construction period, is the changes of load, the varies during construction, and also we have to consider the slope, because Norway is a very cold area, the heavy slope during the winter time. And this bridge also is very narrow. It's just a two carriageway, two lane, totally only 9 meters. Because usually is in a bay, they call it Oya in Norway. In this area, the wind is the windy area. The variations during the construction is very heavy, very big. So this bridge will be completed in August next year. The client is called SVB, is State Vincent, Northern Province in Norway. And maybe you think this picture is from Montenegro. Actually, it's not. It's from Sichuan. It's called, this bridge also is under construction. It's called the Grand Bridge. I cannot imagine this bridge. The main span is 1,100, but is still concrete overdecking the separation bridge. Possibly you want to ask stay cable bridge. What's the difference? The stay cable suspension bridge. Also now we have another kind. Grand Bridge